evening. Thanks for joining us for KRON 4 News at 10. I'm Dan Thorne.
And I'm Noelle Bello. The Keller fire is very close to full containment, but the smell of smoke in the area likely to linger for the next few days. After forcing nearly 500 homes to evacuate, CAL FIRE says the 15-acre blaze is now 95% contained.
That fire broke out Friday afternoon along a freeway. Winds pushing the flames into a neighborhood in the Oakland Hills and damaged 2 of those homes. Evacuation orders were just lifted last night, but tonight crews remain in the Oakland Hills monitoring what's left.
Many people now back home say they've been doing everything they can to minimize fire risk around their properties, and those efforts certainly paid off. KRON 4's Lindsay Ford joining us live from the Oakland Hills with some of their stories. Lindsay, you spoke with a man who helped keep his mother's home safe from those flames.
Yeah, his name is Chris Dobbins, and he has lived in the Oakland Hills area his whole life. He tells me he grew up and watched his father practice fire mitigation at his childhood home. And years later, he has taken on that role to make sure his mother's home is safe from fires.
Every year, we have to cut down all the weeds and all of the brush.
Chris Dobbins and his wife live in a condo in Oakland Hills, but he's still staying busy doing yard work. Not for his home, but for his mother's.
Is the area that burned down where I live down below. It wasn't cleared, and you have a lot of the eucalyptus trees, which are, invasive, not native to this area. So when they burn, they, blow up, and that was part of the problem that it took so long to put the fire out, as I understand it.
His mother lives off Skyline Boulevard and had to evacuate over the weekend when the Keller fire broke out. Thankfully, the fire didn't touch her home.
My parents built this house in 1973, and my dad unfortunately passed away 8 years ago. So my mom's here by herself, and I come over all the time to help her out, help her with the yard and keep the area a defensible space.
There's a banana right there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of tomatoes, dang.
I know.
I got my peppers too, I'm gonna grab.
Dobbins says living in the hills is beautiful, but there's a lot to do, especially during fire season.
You see, we use a lot of cement, but also you keep on top of it. There was a period of time after my dad passed away for about 4 years. We didn't really clear the back, and it was a lot of work to get all that stuff out. But once I get it out, you got to be on top of it and keep clearing it.
This year alone, Dobbins said he had to clear out 12 trees in his mother's backyard for fire safety purposes.
The city's kind of put into place clearing out weeds and stuff, and my dad used to be real big on getting the weeds down. We try to have like maybe you see our firewood over there, we keep it away from the house. The whole hillside was full of brush, and we clear all that. Every year we got to do it. And my mom and I look forward to it, like getting that inspection.
And Dobbins also gave me some safety tips for fire mitigation. He says making sure you cut down vegetation, also making sure that you cut down trees and make sure that they're not hanging too close to your house, as well as keeping firewood keeping that not being stacked so close to your home are also really great tips. In the Oakland Hills, Lindsay Ford, KRON 4 News.